The terminal fell silent as a white gate agent sneered, snatched the boarding pass from a black entrepreneur's hand, and ripped it to shreds in front of everyone. "People like you don't fly first class," she spat, her voice sharp enough to cut the air. Gasps erupted, phones shot up, and humiliation scorched his dignity. Security closed in, passengers protested, and it looked like he'd be dragged out in shame. But 15 minutes later, the man they mocked would own them all. The departures terminal pulsed with movement, rolling suitcases, chatter, and the robotic call of boarding announcements. At gate C-17, a line formed for Flight 228 to Chicago. First-class passengers moved confidently forward, boarding passes in hand. Near the front stood a black entrepreneur in a tailored charcoal suit. His name today was Marcus Reed, though no one knew it yet. Calm, focused, he extended his ticket toward the gate agent with a polite smile. The woman behind the counter barely looked up. Her crisp uniform gleamed, her lips pressed thin, her eyes narrowing as they scanned his face. "This pass looks fake," she said flatly. Marcus frowned. "No, it's not. Purchased directly through the airline, seat 1A. Her voice sharpened, carrying across the terminal. "Don't try it. People like you don't fly first class." Heads turned. The chatter hushed. Phones came up. Marcus kept his composure. "Check the system. You'll see." But instead of checking, the agent snatched the boarding pass from his hand, and in one motion, deliberate, merciless, she tore it in half. The sound was small, but it thundered through the terminal. Gasps rippled. A mother with her child covered her mouth. A man muttered, "Did she just—" Marcus stared at the shredded ticket, disbelief coursing through him. Humiliation spread like wildfire in his chest. He had flown 1,000 flights, built companies from nothing, signed contracts worth billions. But here, at this gate, he was reduced to nothing in seconds. The agent barked, "Step aside. Security will deal with you." Two guards approached, hands on their belts. A supervisor appeared, clipboard in hand, backing the agent instantly. "Sir, comply, or you'll be arrested for disruption." Passengers stirred. A woman in line protested. "He didn't do anything wrong. We all saw it." Another man added, "He had a valid ticket." The supervisor turned cold eyes on them. "Anyone interfering will be removed." The crowd hushed, but phones stayed raised. Red lights glowed. Every second was captured. Marcus exhaled slowly. "You're making a mistake." The agent laughed. "The only mistake is you thinking you belong in first class." The guards stepped closer. The humiliation cut deeper, sharper. For a fleeting second, Marcus felt the urge to shout, to fight. But he didn't. Instead, he reached calmly into his briefcase. "Since you're questioning who I am," his voice carried, steady, deliberate, "let me clarify." He pulled out a sleek folder embossed with silver lettering. Inside lay contracts, sealed and signed. He held one aloft for all to see. "My name is Marcus Reed, CEO of SkyConnect Aviation. My company owns 34% of this airline's domestic routes. The contracts that keep these planes in the air run through me." The terminal erupted. Gasps, shouts, the whirl of disbelief. Cameras zoomed in. Passengers surged forward for a better look. The supervisor paled. The agent's smirk collapsed into slack-jawed horror. The guards froze mid-step, exchanging panicked glances. Marcus's tone cut sharper now. "You tore up my boarding pass. You accused me of fraud. You humiliated me in front of hundreds. All while live streams are rolling. So tell me, what do you think happens next?" The young woman who had protested earlier raised her phone higher, whispering, "It's already trending." The agent's lips trembled. I didn't know." "Exactly," Marcus snapped. "You didn't care to know. And now the world knows you." Security lowered their hands. The supervisor stuttered, "Mr. Ree, please, if we could just—" Marcus raised a hand, silencing him. Don't you dare misread me now. 15 minutes ago, I was a nobody to you, someone you thought you could humiliate. But today, you've exposed yourself, and this airline will answer for it. The terminal roared with murmurs. Passengers cheered quietly. A chant even started in the back. Justice! Justice! Within minutes, the airline's corporate office was on the line. Executives scrambled to contain the inferno as live streams hit millions of views. News anchors cut into broadcasts. The hashtag #TornTicket blazed across social media. Marcus outlined his terms with the calm precision of a man used to commanding boardrooms. The gate agent terminated immediately. Her supervisor suspended. Mandatory anti-bias training for all frontline staff. Installation of AI bias detection at all gates. $500,000 in donations to community aviation scholarships. A public apology aired across every major channel. The CEO on the other end of the call agreed to every demand. He had no choice. The world was watching, and Marcus Reed was the man holding the keys to their survival. The gate agent collapsed into her chair, trembling, her career in ashes. The supervisor stared blankly at the floor, reputation in ruins. But Marcus wasn't gloating. He didn't smile. He simply turned to the passengers who had stood in silence and said, "Remember this moment. Power doesn't come from uniforms or counters. It comes from truth. And truth always wins." Applause thundered through the terminal. Phones rose higher, capturing everything. 15 minutes earlier, he had been humiliated, dismissed, stripped of dignity. Now the same people who mocked him stared in awe at the man who had just brought an airline to its knees. As Marcus finally boarded, ticket replaced, the young woman who had defended him whispered, "Thank you for standing tall." He nodded once. "Not for me, for all of us." The cabin door closed behind him. The engines roared to life, and in that moment, the airline that had tried to break him was now shackled by his power. The torn ticket meant to erase him had instead become the weapon that reshaped everything. This wasn't just a ticket. It was a test of dignity, and you saw how fast arrogance crumbled when truth came to light. If this story shook you, don't stay silent. Smash that like button right now. Share this video so millions see the truth, and comment where you're watching from, plus the moment that hit hardest.